Okay, for this question you have to find z square in terms of r e raised to the power iota theta, and z seems to be a complex number that is written over here minus square root of 3 plus iota. So you will find z square first because you have to express the form for z square, not for z. So your first task should be finding the value of z square. So z square could be figured out as z times by z, obviously. So that becomes negative square root of 3 plus iota times by negative square root of 3 plus iota. Once you times these two terms together, you are able to get 3 times 3 is basically your 3, negative 2 times of square root of 3 iota, and then other one would be positive iota square. I did nothing, just only simply multiply the relevant terms together. That with that generates 3. Square root of 3 plus iota, that becomes square root of 3 iota. Then iota times by iota, that becomes minus 1. So in this way you can do the simplification, not a big issue. And iota square iota times by iota will become iota square, that is again minus 1. So you are able to get 3 minus 2 square root of 3 iota minus 1. These 3 and minus 1 will group together and you are able to get minus 2 square root of 3 iota plus 2. So that is the form for z square. So this is the z square. Now you need to find the value of r for z square, because you have to work for value of r for in terms of z square. So r is the distance and it could be figured out as complex number square, means x square plus y square. X is the real part and y is the imaginary part. So it becomes 2 square is 4, because real part for that one is 2, and imaginary part is seems to be 2 square root of 3 iota, so it becomes 4 square plus 2 times of square root of 3, and it becomes whole square. So once you solve it, you will be get 2 square is basically 4, so 4 plus 4 times by square root of 3 square would be cancelled, so it would be just only 3 over it. So 3 times 4 is 12, 12 plus 4 is again 16. So 16 under root is basically your 4. It means that your value of r is seems to be 4. That is your r actually. Now you have to work for theta, because that contain r e raised to the power iota theta. So in order to find theta, you will do theta is equals to, you will use the tan rule. Tangent of theta could be written as mod of value of y to the mod of values of x. That was the rule that most commonly we are using in P1 and also while having a discussion about complex numbers in P3. That was the general rule. Also that was feasible for finding the thetas for physics, A2 thetas for physics. Anyways, theta could be written as tan inverse of, what is the value of y? The value of y is seems to be 2 square root of 3. That I am going to highlight with the red marker. That one. Oh, that's not so good. Let me draw with some light marker. For example, yeah, that's fine. Minus square root of 2 times by square root of 3. So I can write tan inverse of minus 2 square root of 3, but not minus, it would be positive because of that mod. Whole dividing by the y component, that is basically a y component over x component, that is 2. So that one and that one cancel, and tan inverse of 3 would be, you will find on your calculator and you will figure out as that is pi by 3. So your theta seems to be pi by 3. Now how you can choose the argument? This is the only theta, not the argumental theta. In order to find the argument value for a complex number, you will go back to the 4 quadrants. Here are 4 quadrants and you have to plot that values of y and x in that quadrant wise. 2 is positive, so here is for example my 2, the real part. And other one, y is square root of negative 2 times of square root 3, that is lying over here. So it means that here is your desired angle somehow. And you know that in the first quadrant theta will remain as it is for finding the principal argument. No change would be there. For the second quadrant you will do 180 minus theta, and for the third quadrant you will do theta minus 180, and for the fourth quadrant you do just only negative of theta. For this time being your angle is lying over here, so it means that here, it means that the theta that you figure out is pi by 3, you have to times it by minus. So your theta would be minus pi by 3. Just write down in a specific form that the author is demanding. That is basically z square is equals to the value of r was 4 times by e raised to the power negative of iota pi by 3, because theta is minus pi by 3, no? So that's why theta is equals to minus pi by 3, and you are able to get that thing. I hope so I meant it clear.